My sister gained over 500 ELO in less than 1 month. And she didn't start from zero. She went from 1080 in Rapid to now grinding her way towards the 1600 ELO barrier. Today I'm reviewing 10 of her games to find out what actually works when trying to achieve 1500 plus in chess. And be ready for some hilarious blunders, but also brilliant moves and some very spicy attacks. After all, she's my sister. Let's go. And there we go. This is her first game. This is played on April 26th, so less than 1 month ago. And she plays the Italian game, one of the best openings for beginners and intermediate players. You're bringing out all your pieces, very logical. Okay, now this is the first interesting moment. They have been trading the bishops and black has 2 double pawns. Double pawns are in general a weakness, but in this position, they are not a weakness at all, because they're controlling all the central squares, and black can in the future maybe trade off one of them by playing the move d5. Okay, h6, I'm not a big fan of this move, but I know what is her idea. She wants to prevent the bishop from coming to g5. This is usually an annoying pin, but it's not as annoying if there is no knight that can go to d5. And since this pawn is here, this is not a problem. So castle would have been a very normal move. But okay, h6, I understand the idea now, what she's gonna do about this bishop. The only thing you can't do is leave the bishop here. She traded off. Okay, and now I know what she wants to do. She wants to go long castle. This is the Santeramo family plan. When we were young, we always wanted to go long castle as soon as our opponent was castle short, so that we could start an attack, pushing pawns and give checkmate. I see the bloody sisters. Okay, d4, trading off, very smart. Opponent is taking control over the center. Now you always have to check out for the pushes. d5 is smart, taking space, kicking this knight. The knight is the natural defender of the king side, well, the queen side. Okay, the knight is moving. Queen d4, I love this move, attacking 1 and 2. How to defend this pawn? King b8 is the best way. This move is leaving lots of weak squares around the king and also gives a breakthrough point. So a contact point is very close, no? a5, a4, and it's very hard for black to organize a counterattack, because as soon as you push this pawn, this knight is saying like, hey, help me, help me. So not good. Okay, the pawn is coming. White is playing very logical, very well, really well played. And now trading and queen a4. Okay, now first thing you can do is trade off the queens, so you relieve a bit of pressure. But here, this rook, there might be even better, and I like it a lot. Rook a8. How is the queen moving and defending the rook behind? There is really no way. And if they take, don't take back the queen. First you take here, check, intermezzo, in between move. The king has to move, and now black would have an extra rook. So rook a8 was a great chance for Claudia, but she traded off the queens, which is also very logical. Okay, check, attacking this pawn. Now this pawn is free. She took it, very good. Check. Attention where you go with the king. No! Okay, she lost the rook. She was a bit rusty. This is her first game after many years coming back to chess. So let's see how she reacted. This is played immediately after. Okay, we are in the French defense. She's playing against, again, very logical. Pawns in the center, knights out, bishops out, castling. Okay, she traded off. I understand. Now she's sticking in the center. Cannot you take and win a pawn? Now, you can still do that. Okay, she didn't do it. Now you can like maybe take this pawn, or maybe knight here, attacking this. But she's playing very logical, developing everything. And now she took the free pawn. Very good. And now you're also threatening this fork. Okay, she's going there anyway, attacking the knight and attacking the bishop. Ooh, the rook is in a bad square, because now there is the bishop looking at it. So, okay, like trading the queens gives the rook the opportunity to leave that. Okay, tactics. Pawn takes. Now this bishop is under attack. She moves the bishop away, going to attack this pawn. Oh my god, another fork. She saw it, very good. Knight attacking the bishop, and she took a free bishop. And here... Ah, nice. So she came back with a fork. Love it. She's learning very fast. Okay, this game is handing in 8 moves, and she lost. What is happening here? Okay, very logical move, developing pieces. She's taking back. Usually, to take back is not that bad. Even if you have 2 double pawns, again, this pawn is supporting the center, so it's not that bad. The only thing you don't have to do is to have the king on this side of the board. So never long castle, and try to avoid it if you are already castled, of course, right? But if not, it's not that bad. So queen h5, queen f6. I'm not a big fan of this move. I understand that this pawn needed protection. Maybe queen e7 a little bit better, so that then the knight can go on f6. Okay, she lost a queen in 8 moves. This is our first day playing chess. Let's see what happens a few days later. We have another game. e4, e5. We are in the central game. Now she's attacking the queen. The queen goes back. Not a big fan of this opening for white, because black already has 2 pieces out. White has done nothing at all. Okay, developing. Okay, now this is a very annoying pin already. Let's see if Claudia exploited it. Now knight e4 is attacking knight to queen, and if the knight is taking free queen. Okay, she went... Still, she's exploiting this, but knight e4 would have been a little bit better. Now you can take with check, intermezzo. She took with the bishop. I prefer keeping the bishop. For example, if you take here, now this is very, very... annoying, but what she did is also kind of fine. This is still weak. Okay, she wants to give mate, but there is no mate. She went out with the other knight. Okay, castle short, takes, long castle. Okay, now already there is some sort of tactics, winning material. She didn't care about pawns. She wants to attack. I love it. Let's go. Okay, when there are opposite side castling, you have to attack. And here, basically what she did is she won a piece. That's why the opponent sacrificed, because if the bishop goes there, this is a typical way to trap the bishop. Attention to that. So opponent sacrificed the knight, take, and now the rook is already looking at b2, one of the most vulnerable points. Check, she wants to bring the queen. I love it! That's how you play. And now, boom! Get rid of this. And now you want to give checkmate, but the queen is protecting. Oh my gosh. She's a genius. Now she says, oh no, my knight. And if the queen is taking, that's checkmate. I love it. Okay, the bishop is interfering. Now the knight is really hanging. So the knight is moving. Oh, this is a blunder. Do you see the move? I mean, she plays one game like 500 ELO, one game like a grandmaster. This is a very good game so far. Okay, attention here. Attention here. Attention here. Okay, very good. Now, opponent can use the same ideas. Now, attention here, Claudia. Okay, very smart. The queen is blocked. So now, if this, the knight can move. Genius. Okay, now this other pawn is coming, but black is a little bit faster here to attack. I like rook here. There are so many ideas. Okay, I understand. Usually when I'm attacking, I'm not trading off the queens, but she has 2 extra knights. So she's playing again simple chess. And this is already a feature I see in her game. She's not trying to, do crazy things. She's trying to develop her pieces. Not blunder, hopefully. And then attack. And then when she has up material, she's trading off. I love it. Now we have an endgame. Oh. Oh! Okay, beautiful mate with knights, rooks. Very good. Nice game. Now her rating is 1100, so she won 100 rating already. We have another game. She's playing the Vienna. She's watching the wrong YouTube channels. Okay, so this... She's definitely watching the wrong YouTube channels. Okay, this move is very bad, especially if you play the move f4. Because don't forget that by pushing the pawn, you're weakening the king. So you always need to be able to counterattack to the move queen h4 check. Now the king is parting hard in the middle of the board. Opponent could have given a check here. Okay, now attention that the queen is here. Maybe you can sacrifice the queen to trade off, but unfortunately tactically still is kind of bad because this knight is also hanging. Okay, so what she did, she went back, but now the queen can give another check. The king is really running out of squares. Okay, this bishop move is very bad because she's losing the rook. She resigned. Let's forget about this game, but please remember that when pushing the f-pawn, you have to be extremely careful because you're weakening your king. And also, don't play the Vienna. Come on, watch my YouTube channel, Claudia. Claudia! Okay, another game. Now she is 1200 ELO. She won some rating in a few days. This is on April 29th. So in 3 days, she won already so much rating. Okay, again, playing very logical. Opponent didn't really take control over the center, so she's taking control. Now bringing out the bishop, castling. Okay, this is something consistent in her play. She is a master at developing pieces. She's very, very good. It's simple. She doesn't know any opening. I can tell you that. She doesn't know anything. But she knows the rules of bringing out pieces. Okay, queen d3, I understand this move. She wants to unpin the knight. This is what she's doing. And this is a typical way to do so, because the queen from here is still defending the knight, meaning that if they take, you can take back with the queen and you're not doubling up your pawns where your king is. So smart move. Now, this is a fork. Queen e2 would have also been a protection, but I love bishop e5, sending the knight, one of the knights back home. I love the move queen here, maybe f4 now you can play, and this knight is kind of running out of squares. She's a genius. Now I wouldn't trade. Okay, she won a piece after a few moves, because basically if you trade, this is a very typical move that intermediate players are doing a lot, trading when possible. But usually now, if the bishop is going back, this knight is just trapped. Completely doesn't have any square. Wow. Okay, so she won a piece. Now she's bringing the rook to the attack. The king is castled, attacking this knight. Okay, attacking the knight again. She doesn't care. Trades are good. Okay, she lost a pawn. And now she can go with the bishop here, attacking this. Wait. I think this is brilliant. Let me open the game review. Holy God, that's crazy. Rook take f7. What? Because after king here, there is check. The king has no squares. The king has to go up. And now there is a check with the rook, a check with the queen. And with the queen is just mate. The king cannot go here, cannot go here, cannot go there, only square. And now this square is controlled, this square is controlled, so this is just mate. Okay, so that rook cannot be taken. She's my sister. I'm so proud of her. Now the knight is going back, attacking the bishop. Now this rook is kind of trapped, but the bishop is sneaking in. And now there are so many threats. This rook can take everything on the way. Maybe even... Oh, wait. Threatening checkmate. Okay, opponent is moving the king away. Check. The king moves. Good job. This is my sister. Please like and subscribe if you also love this. I will try to convince Claudia to go for 2000 ELO in chess because she has huge potential. I love this game. This was a masterpiece. I mean, this game best. Somebody should send this game to Gotham Chess and guess the ELO because he will never guess this is 1200. Never. This is a master game. This is incredible. Okay, whatever. E45, another game, Italian game. The problem is that she's playing a little bit of Rollercoaster. Sometimes she blunders the queen. Sometimes she plays a brilliant rook sacrifice. Okay, but I love simple chess again. Opponent didn't care about the center. Now she's just going The center is mine. The knight has to go back. Taking again the center. Okay, the bishop is back. And now she's setting up an attack. I love it. Taking. Now a bit of weaknesses because these two double pawns. Imagine a queen is sneaking here. It's a nice position to have, but to be honest, she should just develop the pieces or trapping the knight. She loves this, no? Okay, so she has an extra piece. How is she converting here? Okay, this bishop is unprotected, trading off pieces, always what she does, attacking the queen, free pawn here, attacking the queen again, setting up a discovery attack. Now who? Okay, she's trading off, very good, bringing up the rook, trying to checkmate the opponent, threatening this simple tactic. She's playing really simple moves, right? Simple moves, attention here while it's protected. She's attacking this pawn, attack twice, protected now twice. I mean, she played so well, but then the rook is now hanging. Okay, so she was a piece up, now she lost her rook, so she's technically an exchange down. She has one piece, opponent has a rook, right? Okay. Why did she send me this game? She sent me lots of games to review. Okay, so now apparently here there is checks, and she went for this. Is this ending in a draw? No? Okay, opponent blundered back. Attention here, so there is a check, and then you're winning the rook, but there is no back rank because the bishop is coming back. So she can just take the rook, and if the queen is giving a check, this is not checkmate because the bishop is going back. So now she's again a piece up. Okay, she's taking, and our opponent resigned. Wow, okay, last 3 games, guys. Now a rating is over 1400 ELO, and it's crazy. By playing simple chess, try to avoid blunders when possible, and she has a very clear style. She likes to attack, and she does it pretty well. Okay, that's how she got so far. Always simple openings, and this is one of the biggest takeaway for you guys. Don't obsess too much on playing complicated opening, play simple, and whatever opening you choose, put a focus on developing every single piece. Because just about playing with all your pieces, this is the biggest, my favorite advice, play with all your pieces, one at a time. Okay, I love this, what she did here, crushing the center, she developed everything, and then boom, attack the center, while the opponent was playing a little bit of weird moves, let's face it. So she plays super logical. I love it. Opening up the center since the king is still in the middle. Takey. Now, I wouldn't trade the queens. I would take a free pawn. Very good, Claudia. For taking all the free cheese macaroni that the opponent... I was shortly scared because this bishop wasn't protected, but she's counterattacking the queen. Okay, going over there. Yeah, I'm scared about this queen. What about rook here, rook there, attacking it? Yeah, after this, I don't see any square for the queen to go. Yeah, probably she has to sacrifice here. Okay, this was a little blunderino by Claudia, but opponent just tradey. This is one of the biggest mistakes in chess. People overdo trades. Like, when you want to do a trade, always ask, is it better for me or is it better for your opponent? This material-wise is an equal trade. But usually what you're doing, look at this knight. You help the knight to be now a monster. Sorry about that. In the middle of the board, threatening a fork, threatening another fork with check. So this was definitely in favor of black. Okay, now bishop here is a blunder because this is taking free cheese macaroni. She's taking, oh, free cheese macaroni, opponent resign. Wow. Just what she needs, only thing that she needs to improve here, she had a moment where she was almost lost. So be careful when taking pawns with the queen. Those can be poisoned. There is already an example, the queen could get dropped if your queen is in enemy territory. Attention, max attention to the queen. Very simple move here. Probably bishop b6, so the queen has the entire diagonal to go back, and you have to check that after this the queen has still squares, but the queen can go here, and then this should be completely fine. Okay, One more, and then we have the final game, how she got to her highest rating so far. Okay, 1500 ELO, she's right now playing against the French again, bringing out all the pieces, bringing out all the pieces. You have to be careful to this tactic, because if the knight wouldn't be here, she would lose a piece here, because by taking here, after the bishop is taking, if you take with the queen, it's just a trade, right? But the knight can take back, and now black has won a piece. So now this doesn't work, because white can simply take here, and then this bishop is protected. And now after this check, seems like a double attack, but the knight can simply go back, and there is no d4 because the queen is taking. But this is like, it's a little bit dangerous. So attention to go with the knight here, if the knight can be captured and the knight is not pinned. Okay, queen c7. Okay, this is playing with fire. She's threatening mate. Again, now this knight can be taken, and this is losing a pawn. Opponent didn't do it, but this is simply just a great move, because you have to take, and now you lose a pawn. Okay, take, mind your free cheese macaroni. Okay, she's developing. Still, this knight is... Okay, finally. Finally, she took. Castling, tradey. Okay, the knight is trying to... She loves forks. I can't blame her. Come on! Okay, she just had a threat and she won a rook like this. Now, conversion. Little spoiler, because I selected this game. This game as a roller coaster of emotion, and that's why I think Claudia has still lots of potential to improve her chess. Attention now to the knight attacking, threatening knight d2. This is a fork. She's stopping it. Very good. How to convert this position is not as simple. And when you have rooks, you have to create open files. So what she needs to do is to try to open up files and use the rooks. Because if the position... c4, great idea. Open files, and now bring a rook somehow. Okay, she brought the rook here because there was this threat. Maybe at some point you need to play f3 to kick the knight away, because the knight is way too strong here. Yeah, I don't like h3, because you really want to play f3, and then you don't want to have all the squares around the king weak. So I know that f3 is not a typical move to play, but in this case, you're really not weakening neither of these two diagonals. Of course, the king is a little bit weak, but you need to kick off the knight. Okay, now attacking this pawn. Yeah, now she played anyway f3, because it was needed, but now the knight gets this juicy little square, already gets complicated. Okay, the knight goes back. Now I would be scared of a queen getting here. Okay, she's really attacking the knight. Now g5. Okay, opponent went back, but g5, very good. Putting the knight there, and then the dark squares are very weak. So here, strategically, that was not amazing. Try to trade off the queen is a great idea. Try to trade off the queen is a great idea. This is a free queen. Okay, but this is a good, is hope. You know, if she got to 1500 ELO, but she still blunders a free queen like this, it means that, you know, now there is a check. Opponent clearly saw that now the queen was hanging. Okay, Claudia now clearly... Ah, no, she already didn't take the queen. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, now opponent moved the queen away. If not, I leave. Okay, very good. Okay. Oh, no. No. She avoided all the forks. This is why the knight is such a tricky piece. Now she lost the rook, and now she loses a pawn. This pawn is also now hanging. The king is now weak. This now the queen is taking, winning the rook, and she resigned. Pity. She should have won this game. She played well, then blundered. But it's a reminder that chess is about playing simple and then capitalize on your chances, right? Okay, last game. This is the game that she got to her highest rating, 1593, almost 1600 ELO. Let's see, d4, d5. This is something that many players are struggling with. Playing against d5. And also here, I see her moves. She has a very simple way to develop all her pieces. Very logical. Now she should castle very soon. I love it. This is how you can play, is the most classical way to play against 1d4. You play d5 and then e6, and then you develop the knights like this. You castle, and then you have to think what to do about the queen side a very solid way. Is exactly what she did, by the way. Is a c6, then knight here, then b6, b6, bishop here. And she played just very well. Okay, still b6. Okay, she did it a little bit later, but that's fine. Now she has developed all the pieces again, and now she can think about how to attack the center, because you have a bit less space with black, which is normal. But now you can counterattack with the move c5. You can think about taking and then c5. So you open up the diagonal for this bishop. Many nice ideas. Okay, she's going for c5. Now I like, when you play the move c5, to make sure that you can take back here with a piece. Because if you take with a pawn, you kind of have those two hanging pawns, which could be a weakness in the long run. It's not simple to play with those for both colors. It's double hedge, because still the pawns are giving you so much control over the center. But in a future endgame, those two pawns would be weak. So it's not that simple. And she did here, she took with the, no, she took it with the pawn. And then she took with the knight. Okay, I like this. This is a very simple way to keep the position as simple as possible. Takey, takey. Now she was threatening mate. She's an aggressive player. And now she just played simple. Opponent blundered. When your opponent blundered, please take your free cheese macaroni. There we go. Very good. Now there is a free pawn, and there are two bishops under attack. But there should be a way to defend both, right? Rook b8, for example. Ah, no. Better. She's a genius. Just straight off. She's super, super simple in this. Every time she's up material, she trades. And that's the best way to play, really. Check. Now she's trying to attack. I love it. Okay, attacking this pawn. No. Here you have to take first there, but doesn't matter. She's attacking the rook, now taking the pawn. Now you have to bring the rook. You have to bring the rook. You have to bring the rook. She doesn't need the rook. She's a killer. This girl is a killer. I love this mate. Really good job. Okay, so my sister got almost to 1600 ELO, and now we gotta convince her to keep going and keep grinding her chess. So please comment. She will read all the comments, I'm sure. So comments, and let's motivate her to keep going, keep grinding, and keep vibing, because she has talent, she's smart, she's strong, she plays simple, and I'm looking forward to see how far she can go. If you enjoyed this video, you might like this one. I explain all my story, and there are also lots of pictures with Claudia when I was young. I was a lot into chess. She was not that interested. But yeah, check it out, how I went basically from 0 all the way up to 2500 online. Check it out. Thank you for watching. Ciao.